is a Destiny orbiter
watching these clips? And
through his chat.
I'd be interested in having a longer
He's like
conversation
45
with Dean
minutes
in
behind
some
in chat,
capacity in
but he
some form in
finally
the
responded
future.
to one of our
But
chats.
do let me know. I will link to the full conversation
So,
in the description.
he's trying to get a debate going between my dad and him.
I thought I checked out the description.
Capitalism,
I didn't see
free
it.
speech,
Opus
or
clips,
the Pixie
debate.
situation
Watch
with
the. Oh,
Destiny.
damn! It was right here.
This is volume.
It was right here, and I missed it.
I'll turn it up.
No, turn it down.
Oh.
You guys have to I just want to hear if he picks up.
But this
is
is
correct.
This is the one with the volume.
I was saying that contemporary capitalism is soul killing, and he said the economy has nothing to do with your soul. You do a job to make money. You go to church to feed your soul. I don't think that's true.
Yeah.
Most secular people, like most men's life, is expended in their work.
That's true.
And if it's soul killing, their souls are going to be killed.
That's true.
It's a very binary kind of thing. Marx was correct in his analysis of capitalism as alienating. That's definitely true. But I understand if you're autistic, you might say, well, I don't have a soul to begin with.
True. Do you think Counterpoints has some a touch of the tism?
No, I don't think so. I know so.
No.
He has the, this thing. He has one of those things that you have with autism.
Oh, like a squishy,
he's literally
autistic. A squishy toy? Oh, he's literally autistic.
One of those things that hangs over your arm.
Oh.
I mean, but you can see it too. I mean.
Yeah, I thought he was like a police officer, though. I guess you can be an autistic police officer.
Sure. You have all your little stuff arranged.
Yeah. Makes sense.
I don't think he's extremely autistic, but. Take out.
It's a weird way to phrase that. By the way, this chat he's reading is from like literally 45 minutes to an hour ago. It's extremely autistic.
Oh boy, here we are again with the thorps. I love me my thorps. I can't get enough of the thorps. I just love the thorps, guys. You don't understand. The thorps are just amazing. They are top tier. I couldn't say it. I couldn't keep on with the character. No. We're back at it again with more of the thorps in their little debate arc, right? Good old Benjamin. It's still debating. He apparently is trying to debate a guy of a orbiter of the Destiny, good old Destiny, right? I think his name is Steven. I don't remember. Good old midget Destiny, Can I even say midget? Is that a slur now? Gotta be careful in the future. The little manlet 5'1", 5'2", or is he 4'9"? I don't know. He's a very small guy. Got in trouble for, leaking some stuff. And now he's going to a federal court or something. Imagine debating one of his orbiters. It's like almost as bad as debating one of Vosh's orbiters. Just imagine the amount of... Actually, never mind. I don't even want to imagine that. I rather not think about that. I rather not think about any of that. Let's not think about that one bit, guys.
On paper, they're totally against all that stuff, but in reality, and in immigration, they would see what's going on in America as ridiculous. Like they would never allow Norway to be.
I don't mind, black people,
right?
Being Norwegian, because I do believe it is culture, but.
Yeah.
To be able to call yourself Norwegian, you have to truly be culturally Norwegian.
Right.
You can't. I don't think you can be a true ethnic Norwegian and, for example, be Muslim. I don't think those two kind of belief systems are compatible, because Norway is historically Christian, and right now we're an atheist or like a secular country.
And whether it's Muslim or not, you don't want enclaves of people speaking a different language and having a different culture and not blending, right? I mean, the idea is like we are a monoculture.
America is unique in that way.
The Scandinavian model and the Scandinavian culture works. It is highly successful. We are, one of the most developed countries in the world. We are one of the richest countries in the world, and whenever we're not opposed to bringing other cultures in and getting inspiration. But
Right.
The belief systems that everything is cemented on has to be the ones that are already existing here. Or else, if you come here, you are a guest in this country.
Yeah.
And if you don't want to be, prescribe to the Norwegian belief system, you can go somewhere else.
Right,
because
right,
nobody's forcing you to come here.
Right.
The reason why you want to come here is because it works. The system works.
Well, in
And
some
it's
ways it
because
works.
of-
Like everything, it has its ups and downs. You have high levels of, you have low reproductive rates, I know, high levels of
I think
mental
that's a
illness and high levels of suicide. So in some ways you could say those metrics are not good, because if you're a wealthy
Yes,
country,
they don't
why
have a
wouldn't you
cultural
produce
relevance.
children, right?
The children is probably depends on where you look in the graph. If you go from like 1970s to now, the reason why fertility is dropping is probably because women are entering
Yeah.
the workforce, which is true in every single possible country.
Now, truth be told, I think one thing I could really say is that watching these debates go on and on and on is quite interesting in my honest opinion. Right? Like early on, right? What is it? Ben went to debate a guy about capitalism and how like it's not soul crushing or work is not soul crushing, and I'm like, no, and Ben kind of said, no, that's not the truth. Those are acts are kind of more exclusive, right? And like there are moments like that where I don't want to give Ben like the benefit of doubt. I know a lot of people here either don't like Ben or very neutral to Ben, right? And that's fair. I'm never gonna take that away. But I think like there's these weird moments where like you don't like them and they've done some questionable thing, but if they're right, how do you respond to that, right? I think that's one thing I've learned when I cover certain locales and their antics, right? Where I think certain things happen to them because of individuals, but then every so often certain locale that they don't really do a locale-ish thing, but they just get like manic and so on. Like DSP is, I think it's an instant where like every so often DSP may or may not make a good point. And in those moments, well, if he makes a good point, what do you do? Or even like a detractor, if they make a good point and the locale agree with them, then what are you supposed to do? Like we've seen that before, RTU and Duty. So it's interesting that every so often I'm just like, I could kind of see where he's coming from. Like, yeah, can a job be soul crushing? 100%. If you never worked at a job that you hated so much that you felt that your soul was dying, it's a real thing. And if you don't think otherwise, you're just delusional, right? Because as a man, not even just a man, but just even as a woman, you're working your whole life and you're going to go to a career that you're going to be with for the rest of your life. You want that career to be at least somewhat fulfilling. And a lot of jobs are just soul crushing, right? Now, there are certain jobs where you just go there, it's not really soul crushing, but it's not really fulfilling. You're just there to do a job, but there are other jobs that are destructive on the human soul, if you get my drift.
Say again?
About cultural things and.
Thanks, guys. Okay.
You want to take a break just from streaming as a whole?
Yeah, Grace. I mean, we can just wrap up here. So you're gearing up for a kind of I don't know, return to streaming or what? Like it's gotten. You are now just sitting there, pretty much.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And I said to you, do you know, if I get a smoke, would you want to go into one of these rooms and interact? And you're like, nope. Right.
No, I didn't. You mean today?
Yeah.
I didn't. No. I thought you were saying like.
I said, do you want to go in there? And you're like,
oh.
Or no,
I thought you were
said
saying
down.
I
don't want to do that.
It was a miscommunication. I thought you were saying, do you want to talk to this guy in particular? And I was like, I don't really. But then I did come up with something to talk to him about. I was trying to figure out if he was like a racist.
So do you have common sense here? I mean, well, I'm saying, do you want to take it? And you said, no, let's take a break. That's where we're at here. No problem.
Oh, well.
Aren't we?
I think there was
just... The culture
just...
of this thing we're doing has not changed. You're just like, you know, here, and I'm doing all the...
That's true.
Interacting.
Yeah. Well, that's for two reasons.
Okay.
Well, it's really for one reason, which is that I'm working on something else, and
Okay.
I thought you wanted to do this, and so I was like, okay, well, our attention.
We haven't
is
really
gonna
worked
be...
that out. So you're going to be working on something else, but be on camera. Isn't that like sort of problematic? Because like if you're not interested in what I'm doing, why would the audience be interested in what I'm doing? Isn't that like who would have someone doing something else on camera with them? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
If Sam
I get what
Cedar
you're saying.
has like Sam Cedar has like his daughter, and she's like just playing video games. Why would she be on camera as part of the show?
I can see that. Yeah, I mean,
I mean, doesn't that say to
work
the
that out.
audience that like it's totally fine if you don't want to be here, but wouldn't it be like okay, this is my show,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
And then
yeah,
they could say, "Where's Grace?" But if it's like, "Oh, well, she's doing something else," but she's on camera, but she's not engaged in what we're doing. I just think that sends a strange message. And RD can spend 4 fucking hours writing big things about what that means.
Get the placards
But
out.
I
Get the
actually
DaVinci
think-
Resolve out.
I think that's what I think that's what we should go over is that, you know,
Yeah, I think we should go
anal
over that.
lysis, that they did. And
Yeah, we should
'cause
definitely go over that.
This
I wanna
kind of
go over that.
sucks, Grace. Honestly, it's kind of like I don't fucking get it. You keep just coming up with different configurations of things that make no sense, and I'm like, okay, and then it's like, and then I go, and you go, oh, it's a misunderstanding. I mean, isn't it common sense? Like, okay, I'm doing something, I'll take a break, you'll do it, and it's like, nope, you're just like, do.
Oh,
Like, what the fuck is that? That's what Destiny does when he's autistic.
okay. I can
Like,
see that.
You're
Yeah.
not going to engage, and I think the reason you don't engage is because you're embarrassed. Or it's not even that you're embarrassed. You, need to like get the dynamic right here. Like you've been acting like a victim. I understand why, and you've got to like I don't know, clean it up.
Yeah.
Don't
Okay.
you?
Yeah. No, I agree. Yeah, I think so.
Don't you?
I
mean,
do want to do
yeah.
the analysis of the RD.
They're not wrong that you look like you're playing the victim and like, oh, I'm walking on eggshells. And all
I
these-
agree.
Ruby and all these idiots. Narcissistic. Okay. What they're saying doesn't make sense, but there's a whole bunch of stuff they can pick up on that they're not wrong about. That
Yeah.
you're making it look like that's what's going on. So
That's true. That is
I mean,
true.
it is really hard to see the other thing going. It's not really hard if you understand like how like victims of abuse can behave, but prima facie, it's really hard to understand.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Unless
Like,
you have like sympathy for men and understand what it's like in this situation, which is a very small group of people, because everyone's got daddy issues. But that doesn't mean you can't make a strong narrative.
I agree. Yeah, I want to go over that RD and Amelia thing because like.
Well, do you or don't you? Because
I do.
You go.
But go ahead because I
Well,
go.
I don't think you want to. Well, you keep telling me.
Truthfully, I have no clue what's even going on half the time when I'm recording the Thorps or whatever I'm doing with the Thorps. I really don't. I feel like whatever Grace is trying to do in her big return, her big hey guys, I'm coming back, maybe not, it feels like she was a little burnt out and tired the last couple of days, so now she's ready to come back with something big and something major, and I'm just like, I don't. Okay, that what else is happening, Grace? What else is going on, Gracie? Gracie, what's happening, Gracie? What's your plan, Gracie? I kind of wonder. Well, exactly, right? That makes the noggin twig. It makes me wonder. But like a lot of the time, just here listening to them just ramble on about whatever, and then Ben kind of getting mad. It's just like, cool, Benny, good job. You're doing productions. We're doing it.
Why don't you have a smoke break? See how you feel.
I don't want to struggle. I think it's like you're doing something. You really need me to point it out? Why don't you struggle with yourself?
Okay, that's fine.
Well, no, I know. I mean,
I think that well,
I'm tired. I found that exhausting, infuriating, frustrating. I want to take a break. If you want to come back, fine.
Okay, that's fine.
You should make the case to me. Don't just go like.
I think it would be good content, and the audience deserves to know what's been going on, and I think I can explain it. So I think it would be good overall, and we can get to a better place.
I'm in a place where it's just like it's dawning on me how crazy this is.
That's totally fine. Okay, so
I need a little rest.
all right, we'll take a break. Ask for a struggle session. Papa, shall we have a struggle session? I mean, he's not wrong. Like, it's been a little. I'll just say really quickly before I end the stream. I was taking like a break and just sitting here and being whatever eye candy or whatever. 'Cause I just couldn't handle the like it's kind of gay. Like, it's kind of gay, but like I just wanted to break. I didn't realize what I was doing, but like I just wanted to break from the intensity of trying to like figure out how we can stream together. And I really think that this tension between me and him has way more to do with my issues with my mom than actual issues with him. But the problem is I've been repressing my issues with my mom for so long that every time I have an issue that I would address with her, it just rebounds back, and then I just bounce it between me and him. Who's to blame? Dad's to blame, I'm to blame, dad's to blame, I'm to blame, and it's exhausting. So I did just want to take a break from that. Yeah, it is Courtney's fault, because you know what? There's been an overall damage done to my reputation and my father's reputation publicly that like I still haven't gotten over, and I'm not ashamed to say that. I haven't gotten over it. I haven't gotten over the fact that she destroyed my family. And I keep trying to like repress it, but like that is an underlying, like basically my mom bitched me out. Basically she fucking dommed me, and I haven't gotten over it. And I keep saying like, okay, it's fine, whatever, just move on. I haven't gotten over it. I am my mom's bitch. I am my mom's bitch currently. And I'm starting to see that. Yeah, she took the W, and like I keep coping and saying like, no, it's not that big of a deal. But she fucking bitched me out. She made me look like a bitch. She humiliated me publicly. And so I haven't gotten over that. And there, no matter how many times I try to cope for it and make it seem better with me and my dad, or worse, or we fight, it doesn't matter what me and my dad do. He's not the one who did that. She basically told my siblings I'm a whore and told the internet that I do gross stuff with my dad and that I abused her. Lied to everybody, got away with it, got the courts to back her up, and so she bitched me the fuck out. She bitched me the fuck out. And I'm starting to realize that. She fucking dominated me, humiliated me. Then she dips, so I have to be the one sitting on camera saying like, no, it's not true. Seriously, I'm a good person. And I haven't gotten over that yet. It's okay to say that. Yeah, no person of any respect. Yeah. So I gotta be honest about that. It's not about my dad. It's not about like, we'll see. We'll see once I deal with my issue with her, whether I have problems with him or not. I don't really think it's possible to figure out as of this point. But yeah, it was a Courtney victory. It was a Courtney victory. Yeah. So she nuked us. Yeah. So basically that's, you know, I think that these individual dramas with my dad are really just, it all comes back to the fact that she humiliated me publicly, and because my job is public and my persona is public and everything, I just still haven't gotten over that. And like, so yeah, I don't know how to say it, but it's kind of like you never quite, you know, every time I put in the credit card number to pay that fucking child support, it's like a fucking, oh, you know what I mean? It's like fucking just, it's like, fuck, I'm getting fucking crushed by her fucking heel. And it's, you know, so I don't think I've gotten over it. So it's just a slap in the face every single time. It's a slap in the face. And yeah, I'm suffering. I'm suffering. So.
Well, that was something. I mean, I kind of knew. I remember speaking to D Dog about this, about how I think that obviously that Grace is the one paying for everything, and the fact that she admitted that yeah, I paid the child support. Very sad. um it's a very sad state of events. And you can tell that she's sucking up, heartbroken, even bamboozled. And I feel bad. Well, not really that I feel bad for her. More like more like you could have avoided a lot of this, but you haven't. And now you're crying and you're complaining, but there's nothing you can do about it. And I think at this point of your life where you're the one that is paying for everything, you are the one that is in charge of everything, you are more or less screwed. And I don't think there's any way for Grace to come out of this. Right? You can tell that she's tired, you can tell that she's burnt out, you can tell that enough is enough, and she wants out, but she can't. And now she's taken the biggest L of her life. That wasn't from any content creator, that wasn't from any individual. It was more or less the biggest L from her own mom. And we knew that there's always been tension issues between Courtney and Grace, right? There's always been an underlying, issue. And now it's only growing and growing and growing worse, right? Things are not going to get better. If anything, things may get even worse depending how this all play out. But the fact that Grace is the one who's paying for all of the medical expense and not even medical, but paying all of the stuff like that, and even paying for child support. Um, you know, damn, that's rough. That's very rough. And things are going to get better for her. Who knows? It's rough. You can tell she's tired. You can tell that she's defeated. And I think that's why they're trying to do what they can to stream as much as they can. And there's no end to child support. I don't know how many people know this, but there's no like end point, right? You pay child support until the kids are 18, given that they have a crap ton of kids who probably they're won't turn 18 for almost another decade or two. They're kind of screwed unless they can get a court order to get it removed. Well, I mean, not 18, like technically like 16 or 15, depending on the age, but usually it's either between like 18 is usually the cutoff point. Is it gonna, and that sucks. And who knows how much they're paying, right? Because child support can be expensive. But you can tell that she's just defeated. Till next time, God bless.